Missouri Supreme Court made a law that threatened homeless people by imprisonment for sleeping in the state land. The judges unanimously decided to dismiss law because the Missouri Constitution violated a portion of legislation that prohibits more than one irrelevant issues. In this case, the comprehensive invoice of 64 pages also discussed the city and district governance and banned COVID-19 vaccination requirements for public employees in Missouri. Judge Paul Wilson wrote in court's decision, and the judges decided that law was completely invalid. The decision of judges means that people who do not work no longer sentenced to 15 days in prison, and that they are not fined $500 after the first warning to sleep on state land without permission. And now vaccination duties allowed for public workers in Missouri. The law, which entered into force in 2022, prohibited the use state financing permanent housing for homeless people. Instead of assistance, temporary shelters and the treatment substances and mental health treatment. In an amicus summary, defenders for homeless people argued that deputies accused mental health and drug addiction because it caused homelessness. But the real problem is in affordable housing and does not offer real mental health or substance addiction solutions on the bill. In this process, lawyers of organizations, including National Homeless Coalition, said, and in this process, they tried to justify blame homelessness as a method of improving results for homeless individuals. The records obtained by EP show, as some of the inhabitants say that they had dangerous and unhealthy living conditions. As public pressure grew, he tried to clean homeless camps from Los Angeles to New York in cities. In March, bulldozers along the Mississippi River and St.He once lowered rest of a large homeless camp near Gateway Arch in Lewis, and ended a year of discussion about what to do about it. The Supreme Court judges decided against Missouri law without discussing potential impact of homelessness policy. Instead, focusing on whether this problem focused on whether or not it complies with subject of bill. Political subchapters. Wilson wrote that the connection between homelessness and political subsections was, at best, distant and completely incomplete in some cases. State deputies. In 2022, before end last date process to move far behind invoices in process with 49 new chapters added provision homelessness. The deputy, who pioneered the provisions of the homelessness, has left his duty since then and has not made bills to restore any other legislator policy. A Missouri deputy Senator Stephen Roberts proposed a legislation to relieve the provisions of homelessness. Missouri's next legislative session begins in January.